Alright, first things first, out here in the parking lot, there are basically 4 areas. One over here, and one over here, one directly to my left, and then one over here. Those are kind of the main areas. I do think there's a few more, but those are kind of the main areas that you'll probably be in. As you guys can see out there, there's a green tram picking up guests. So that is the pickup point. I'm kind of just standing out here in the middle. I'm actually underneath the monorail tracks. So that is another way you guys can access Epcot. And as I turn around, you guys can see Spaceship Earth. The station for the monorail is right in front of it. The entrance to Epcot is just on the ground to the right. And the exits are going to be over here. As I get closer, I'll point out a few more things, but I really want this to be kind of a wayfinding thing, especially for first-time visitors who drive here. They may not understand the difference. They also may not understand that, yeah, there is a tram and it's great, but sometimes it's not worth waiting for. Sometimes you might as well just start walking, and it'll actually save yourself a little bit of time. And there's actually one of the monorails leaving right now. Looks like Monorail Peach. The other ways to get here are by rideshare service, Uber or Lyft, or taxi cab, and also via the Disney bus system too. So I will point out those areas as well, because not everyone knows where those pick up and drop off at. Another thing to note is all the rows are numbered, along with the character name of each lot. Definitely something to write down, or you can use your My Disney Experience app to capture that information. If you're traveling and you need the handicap assistance parking, it's located over here, just off to the left, and obviously closer than the other spots. They also have some EV parking, or excuse me, charging and parking, right up here on the right. There's a closer look at the EV charging right here. And then again, park entrance is just ahead. Generally, the park trams all run 1 hour after park closing, so whatever time the park closes that day, usually an hour afterwards, but they'll also let you know when you ride those trams. Now the monorail goes, if you're taking it from Epcot, it goes to the Tickets and Transportation Center, and likewise the other way around. And if you want to then take it to Magic Kingdom or the Magic Kingdom hotels in that area, you have to transfer to a different monorail. Doesn't usually take that long, but there is a transfer in there, so again, something to be aware about. It will add on a little extra travel time if you're using that to get around. Alright, so I walked past the entrance just a little bit. I wanted to show you off to the right. Here is where the rideshare pickup is for Uber and Lyft and taxi cabs, and also the bus system. So again, just in case you're using any of these methods to get around, this is where it's going to pick up and drop off. So when you're exiting the park, like those folks are over there, you're gonna hang a hard left and then go straight over this direction. And then likewise, if you're arriving here, also hang to your left. You'll walk down this path towards where I'm standing and then over to the main entrance. Now they're a little weird about me filming around security, or anyone filming around security, so I'm not gonna do that. But real quick, before I go up and in, just a quick note again to first-time visitors, you just kind of walk through the metal detectors. I'm not 100% sure on what they're looking for as far as, well, obviously they're looking for prohibited items, but I'm saying I don't know exactly what they're set to, but sometimes my sunglasses case will set it off. Other times like a water bottle or an umbrella. If you have any of those items like in a backpack or a bag, just hold it out in front of you with your arms stretched out forward. The security officer should look at you as you're coming through, and they'll be able to tell the difference that it's, let's say, your umbrella that set it off, as opposed to you who is wearing the backpack. Then they'll know nothing's in the backpack. It'll save you some time, because if you do get flagged, so to speak, you got to go into a separate line once you enter. And that can sometimes take quite a bit of time on a busy day, and then they'll have you open up all your pockets on the bag, etc., and go through all your stuff. It can definitely add to your time. So again, I'm just trying to give you guys a real simple tip as you're going through security on a way to kind of speed things up. But I am going to go through security now, and then I'll kind of show you guys the main entrance gate before we head on in. All right, so now that we're through security, they do have all these ticket booths all along here. It's actually rare I see anyone using them, but there's a couple different parties here using them today. And of course, you'll scan through and then be on your way. So I'm gonna scan through and then I'll see you on the other side. So the monorail operating hour is 7:30 to 11. I know this park's open until 9 today, so they actually stay running 2 hours past. It's good to know. And again, here is the entrance. And right off the bat as you enter, of course, Spaceship Earth glaring at you, but you got some map stations located here and over there. You got your wheelchair and stroller checkout over there if that's something your party may need. Otherwise, you can enter here. Oftentimes early in the morning and different times throughout the day, they will have character meet and greets over here on the right hand side. They have this fountain here in the middle, but as you walk up to Spaceship Earth, basically here's where you'll kind of want to make a decision on whether you want to go left or right. Eventually both sides lead to the same place, but if you're heading in a particular direction, for example, let's say you want to go to Finding Nemo, or you want to go to the Figment ride or the Land or anything like that, you want to hang to the right. You want to go ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind or Mission Space or anything like that, you want to hang to the left. There are restrooms up here just past this gift shop here on the left. And then beyond that, there's more quick service eateries and a Starbucks and other things. They always say Spaceship Earth is a good way to gauge how busy it is, and it's a 15-minute standby. So today is not a busy day. It's a nice day to be out. Weather's good. It's my watch says it's 90, but it actually doesn't feel that hot. Humidity moderate, I would say. And there is a chance of afternoon or evening showers, but that's just kind of summertime here in Florida. I'm gonna walk up to this building and then show you guys the new courtyard area that they just did. So again, keeping everyone on the same page, there's Spaceship Earth. I just came from this direction, so I just walked up this way. Here's the brand new Walt statue and this entirely newly built courtyard right here, which is great. Provides a lot of outdoor seating, some of them with tables. This was all kind of unutilized space recently. I am gonna go up ahead. They got something going on up there. I'm actually not sure what they have, but this building behind these trees is all brand new. They just opened up, so I'll show you guys that. But I wanted you guys to see the courtyard here. Over this way past the cafe, there is the main Connections Disney store here. It's kind of the big store they have for this park. That's kind of an all-around general Disney store. Beyond that's Club Cool, and I'll walk that way. It's where you could try the Coke products. And then there's a few attractions on the other side. And again, when you guys are researching, looking at maps or reading different things, all of this is part of what they call Future World. So we haven't even gotten to World Showcase, which is right beyond that way there. And that's the big like lake or lagoon that you walk around, and it containing all the different countries from various spots around the world. So that's its own section there, and that's called World Showcase. But this is a great spot. The trees will fill in a little better eventually. I know there's not a ton of shade, but it's still nice to have spots to sit. And there's more tables and chairs over here too, so there is a lot of places to sit down. I know they do kind of like an acrobat type thing there, almost like Cirque du Soleil style. So that's also something you guys can check out if you guys are over here visiting. But let's go see what all the noise is over there and see what's going on before I start venturing off to the sides. So here's where I said they kind of do the acrobat stuff. And then behind me is the new meet and greet for Mickey and Friends. See, it's got a 35-minute standby. The Communicore is over there. We'll have to check that out. And then looks like they got beers and alcoholic drinks. And then over here, we got kind of a club atmosphere going on. They do have a stage for live music, although right now I believe they're just playing through the PA system. And I apologize, I'm most likely going to have to dub over this music. Looks like they got folks from Encanto out here that I recognize Bruno there. But this is a large kind of event space. And again, this was recently unveiled, so this is actually my first time seeing this. So a lot of tables and chairs around. And definitely some restrooms over here. And again, that snack bar. Looks like you can get some drinks. I don't know if, I keep saying snack bar, but I'm not actually sure if there's any food. Let's take a closer look. Food options, and then beer and wine. Let's take a look at what this Communicore Hall is about. Alright, so plenty of seating in here and the wonderful air conditioning. So looks like that's what it is. It's mainly just seating.
It's like, I don't have those.
Guessing restrooms are here. Oh no, cast members only. So yeah, it's just a big seating hall. I'm gonna walk out the other side here. Alright, so I exited on this side. There's Spaceship Earth again, keeping kind of that as our obvious wayfinding point here. There's a little stand over here with merchandise, and then this takes us on the right side of Future World. So over here is Turtle Talk with Crush and Finding Nemo and the little aquarium that they have that you guys can go check out. Manatees and dolphins and a bunch of different fish and sea creatures. It's pretty neat. It's kind of like a mini aquarium over here. They also do have an event space too, so if you ever come for like a special event or a private event or a wedding, this could be a space that you go to. And then there's also the restaurant over here. I apologize, the name of the restaurant is slipping my mind right now, but there is a restaurant here. And then the Moana's Way of the Water is right over here, right behind this. And so had you entered the park and then kind of veered to the right, you would have made it over here. And then if you continue walking this way, this is where the land is, and Soarin' over the world. And then the Sunshine Cafe is over here as well. And then as you continue up this way, you go to Journey into Imagination with Figment. And then I think they still have the, it's either the Pixar preview or something else. And then they also still have the, I believe it's the, used to be the Chase car, Chase Lounges. I don't know if those are still a thing. But you can see the upfall there. So the waterfall, it's the water up, I guess. I don't know. But that's this way, and then just past that will take you into World Showcase. So I'm actually going to cut back this way because I want to show you the other side of Future World before we head to World Showcase. Okay, again, keeping us together, we're back to where they do the kind of Cirque du Soleil stuff, Spaceship Earth, and we're back into this renovated courtyard here. I'm going to go past this big flower arrangement and over this way that I was describing to you earlier, but now I will show you. We're gonna pass by the cafe and the Connections store. So there's Connections Cafe and the Starbucks. And then through this kind of hallway here, again, you can go into the store, And there's the Club Cool for the Coke. Up, and we got the Jaminators about to start here, banging on their trash cans. So sorry for the noise here in a minute. But there's their creation shop, and it's probably the largest like Disney store in this park. Here's Club Cool over here on the end. It's free. You can go in and sample different Coke products from around the world. Everyone, of course, talks about the Beverly from Italy because generally most people dislike it very much. Now that I'm on this side, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is over there. Right now they're not using the pavilion, the gold domed building there. There are some restrooms at the end of this building. There's Test Track, which is soon to get a remodel and kind of probably a rename and a revamp. And then Mission Space is in front of us. And there are two queues to that one, a green and an orange. The green is less intense and the orange is the full version. And there is a significant difference, by the way. So if you're unsure, I would just go with the green rather than be sick for the rest of your day if you're prone to motion sickness. That's also where the Space 220 restaurant is. I have found it's difficult to get reservations for that. However, if you just walk up and ask them, you actually have a greater chance of getting in. I'm not sure why they do it that way, but that's been my experience. Here's a bigger look at the dome. And they also used to hold events in there. I don't know if it's still an event space. And then again, look at Test Track, which is going to get redone. And this basically concludes the Future World area. There's one more kind of pavilion that's kind of on the edge of it. I'll show you that here in just a second. But here's a look at Mission Space, and again, the restaurant's just through here and to the right, and that's where you check in as well. So it looks like this path is blocked to me. Looks like Test Track's already down, so I'm gonna have to go around the long way. So again, Spaceship Earth is back over there, and I am heading up this way where I can. Looks like a lot of walls, so I'm gonna have to take like the long way around, it looks like. Okay, so this is the other side of the Connections shop, that big Disney store I told you about. There's actually an outdoor little play area here, which is pretty unique to Disney. You don't see a whole lot of those. Test Track is still on my left. I'm gonna kind of try to walk that way. If I keep going straight, it'll take me back to the main center path that was near that courtyard with all the outdoor tables and chairs that I showed you earlier and the Walt statue. There's a couple snack booths here, and there's Coca-Cola Cool Zone over here. They got like slushy drinks and whatnot, all Coke products. Looks like more walls, so all of Test Track is blocked off, so there's zero way for me to get over there. This path does, though, crosses the little waterway here, and it's a little pavilion. A lot of times during like food and wine, they will have specialty items over here. We've even seen during the holidays meet and greet like with Santa and things, so they use this pavilion for lots of different stuff. It's really nice out here. It's really pretty views, as you guys can see as we cross the water. So here's the pavilion. There are restrooms on this side of it and the other side of it, and they again usually have like special treats and things. Oh, they have a ABC check-in right now. They do have a place to sit and eat though, and they have a limited menu right now, but again, normally during the festivals they have lots of different stuff for purchase here, food and drink. and then you can just walk right through. And again, there's more restrooms on this side. I believe there's also like a first aid over here. But this is kind of the edge of Future World. So there's Spaceship Earth again. There's the pavilion that we just came from. I'm just heading over here to be out of the way and also try to get a clearer view of some of this stuff. There are 2 boat ramps that can take you across this lagoon. Although this one doesn't seem to be operating most of the time. It's the other one that's right over there to the right. But we start out with Mexico, and then it goes into Norway, then China, then Germany, Italy, and America is straight across there at 12 o'clock. And then next to America, we have the Japan Pavilion, and then Morocco, France, the UK, and then Canada. And that is World Showcase. And that, I always forget if it's a quarter mile or a half mile. I think it's a half mile all the way around it. Now, focusing on the UK and France, right between it is the gondola system, and you can see the carts there. There's also another entrance over there, and that leads you over to the boardwalk area and the beach and yacht club and the boardwalk hotel and the boardwalk itself. And you can also even go further and get over to the Swan and Dolphin, which you can see the Swan right there, and then the Dolphin peeking up right there. You can also reach those hotels. The gondola system will also get you to Hollywood Studios, Caribbean Beach Resort, and the Riviera Resort, as well as Pop Century and Pop... it's the Art of Animation. Is where that'll take you. The entrance over here, I know it has a name and it's just escaping me right now. I can't think of what they call it. It's gonna bother me, but it does have its own name, but it is another entrance to the park. But you have to be coming through those hotels. If you were to just be, let's say you parked your car at Epcot, but you go through that gateway over there, maybe it's just called the International Gateway or something like that. Something gateway. Anyway, let's say you go out that way, and then you walk over to the boardwalk or to the beach and yacht club or something like that. You could jump on a bus, or you could try to jump on a bus back to Epcot, but our experience has been sometimes they don't have it running because they'll tell you, well, you could walk over or take one of the friendship boats because it's kind of a waste of a bus route since it's right next door. So just be aware of that. We did that one time. We took the gondola to the Riviera, and then we tried to take a bus to come back to Epcot, and they didn't have any. They actually told us to take the minivan service, which is a paid service, or to use the gondola. So that was quite frustrating. What we ended up doing, we actually took a bus all the way back to Magic Kingdom, and then got on a different bus from Magic Kingdom to Epcot. So that took quite a while. That was not the best route. But again, just be aware of that. If you do go out that gateway and decide to go walk around, it's not a terribly far walk. It's probably like a half mile, but remember, you got to come back too, so that's a whole mile. The miles add up too. So again, if you're a first-time visitor, you may not know that, or you may have a suspicion, but again, this stuff adds up really quickly. But that's kind of it for Epcot, just as wayfinding points. I'm not gonna walk around country to country just yet. What I'd like to do is do a video and explore either a country or two per video and just kind of go into more detail. The whole purpose is to try to find your way around so that you don't come here and waste time going back and forth or wandering about getting lost somewhere. So as I was heading out, I apologize. I keep calling it Future World. Apparently that name has been replaced. It is now World Discovery and World Nature. So that would mean there's Spaceship Earth. That would mean Test Track and Space 220 in mission space, and Guardians, that's all world discovery, and then world nature is where the land is, and soaring, and turtle talk. So my apologies, I kept calling it future world, and apparently that has since changed. I'm close to exiting, and look at that, now standby is 5 minutes. So it shows you what kind of slow day it is here today. All right, so I am gonna head out now. Hopefully the takeaway from this was just to get a sense of direction. This is definitely geared towards folks who've never been here, or maybe it's been a long time since you've been here. They have remodeled enough that if you were here 10 years ago or more, things do look a little different. So I hope it helped you with a little bit of wayfinding points. I know it's very different from our normal videos, but I hope it was helpful to some. Like I said, we really hope to kind of get out more and do more of these videos, maybe do a little more in depth, and just kind of keep you guys updated. I know a lot of folks like us, before we moved to Florida, will use these videos as a way to just learn, well, hey, what's going on, what's new, where are things, and get ready for their trip. So we want to help out with that. So again, hopefully more to come in the future. Hopefully you guys saw just how long it took to walk around certain places. I can't stress that enough. I think one of the things people underestimate the most is, one, how much walking you're going to do, and two, how much time things take. So again, taking the monorail and transferring and waiting for it, and maybe you don't get on the first monorail that comes to the station, you get on the second or third. So it could take you 30 minutes to get on the monorail, and then it takes another 10 minutes to ride it, and then another X to get off, and so time adds up. So thank you guys for watching. We always appreciate you guys tuning in. Till next time, more adventures to come. To see you then.